Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a special overview specifically for, I just heard this word today, you guys, maybe I'm the last one to the party, womenpreneurs. Have you guys heard that word? I had never heard it before. I saw it on my business coach's website. I go, did you create that? She's like, I don't think so. I'm like, can I steal it? Of course, right? So this call tonight is specifically for womenpreneurs because we have, these minds that are working towards how can we better serve the people that we're serving. So I want to start off tonight by giving you guys an opportunity to introduce yourself. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us what is it that you do in your business, whether you're a coach, you're a network marketer, you're some kind of a service provider. That was kind of the invitation, was that you would fall into one of those types of areas. So that way we can kind of see who's who on here. So I'm gonna go to gallery view so I can see everybody. So Teresa, you're first on my little Brady Bunch square. So why don't you introduce yourself first and tell us who you are, what you do, and what problem you solve. Let's put that in there too.
Okay, so I'm Teresa Paul. I'm a business mentor and sales coach, and I solve the problem of people who have a career and want to start an online business. I help them transition, right? I help them change their mindset. I help them change their habits and how they connect with people online versus how they used to offline. So my business is sort of that offline to online transformation.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Kristen, you're next on my Brady Bunch square.
Awesome. My name's Kristen. I am actually from Texas and remotely working from Texas again. However, my day job is out of Minnesota, and I am slowly moving out of that and into my full bloom of an entrepreneur and having side businesses be my primary focus. And my goal is to help as many women and as many individuals in their personal growth journey, regardless of what that is.
Love that. What a difference, right? Such an important piece. Good. Dana, tell us who you are and what you do and what problem you solve.
Yes, I am a realtor that's in the process of transitioning from Illinois real estate to Colorado real estate. But additionally to that, I am looking to create other streams of income, specifically online income, so that I can be mobile and not have gaps in income when I'm transitioning from one state to another.
And the beautiful thing about technology now, we can do business in any zip code, right? It used to be you had to go knock on the door to actually do the sales or do the service. Not anymore, right? So love that. Thank you, Dana. Jill, what about you?
There we go.
There you go.
Hi, my name is Jill Anderson. I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona, up in the mountains of Arizona. So don't think cactus, think mountains and snow. And I am an HR director by day and an entrepreneur in my free time, and actually it's becoming more of my time than I was used to. But I help mostly women really be all that God has created them to be and live a healthy life. So I'm a health coach. I help people learn healthy habits. It usually starts with a weight loss goal and it ends up just being so much more. And then I'm also a caddy stylist. So again, I just help women look and feel their best and be all that God's created them to be.
Love that. Love that. Okay, Carolyn, or do you want me to call you Kaza? I see both. So tell us what you introduce yourself, how you want to be called. How about that? Yeah, once you plug in there, hold on, we can't hear you. You're muted. So see if you can unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hi. Hold on. I just want to say something. Jill, I did not know that it snows in Arizona. Good to know. Wow. Such a shocker. I had no idea. Okay, cool. I'm Kaza. I go by Kaza. Carolyn's my real name. I'm a fitness coach, online fitness coach, and a wellness entrepreneur. So I help busy babes and travelers get fit on the go, and without a gym, and with on the go holistic nutrition. So I'm in the process of just expanding my business and starting it out, most of it, starting it out.
Love
Was
it.
there something else I was supposed to say?
Nope.
Sorry, I missed the beginning.
Nope,
I was,
you're good.
I'm
Yep,
on East
just who you
Coast and I
are.
wasn't sure where I'm supposed to be.
Who you are, what you do, and what problem you help solve. So you've hit all of those. And I know all of you, but I'll just say this for anyone who's listening to the recording. I'm Lissa Figgins, and I have a passion for helping women to stop doing to exhaustion and start being with inspiration, and be that goal achieved girl who knows where she's going because she's living life by design and on purpose. And, you know, and so I specifically work with after 40 women because I think we get to this stage in our life when we go, wait, what just happened? Who am I? Where am I going? Right? The kids have consumed so much of our life, or a job has consumed so much of our life. And now we're asking those deeper questions and really wanting to be intentional. So that's my heart and passion. And that's why I really love what we're going to talk about tonight. So I want to tell you guys just a little bit about my introduction to this tool that I'm going to share with you. Then I'm going to take you through kind of a little presentation. So you're not just seeing me, but you can see some other information and things like that. And then at the end, I want us to do some brainstorming about how this tool could help you in your business. Okay, so you are specifically invited on here because you are a womanpreneur and because you are serving others. So while this tool will help you personally, I want you to really put on that womanpreneur hat and think about, how can this tool help me better serve my clients? So I was first introduced to this tool. The first time I actually heard about it was back in the spring before the tool existed. I like the philosophy of a balanced life, right? Who wants a balanced life? For sure. Like, none of us want to be scattered all over the place and feel like we're always rushing, you know, and not getting where we want to go. And so I love the idea of it. I love that it looked at the whole person in all 7 areas. We'll talk about those in just a minute. But to be honest, the first time I had a conversation about this tool, I said, no, thank you. So I applaud you guys for even coming on and getting information, because I thought that I had this personal growth thing down, right? Anybody ever been there? You're like, I got this. I'm good, right? I'm good. I'm already doing personal growth. I don't need that. That was my viewpoint. Fast forward a couple of months when God had really laid on my heart that I needed to step up and step out into some more specific type of coaching. I posted something on social, and my friend Katie gave me a good old-fashioned phone call. When was the last time somebody actually called your phone and she goes, girl, I just saw your post. Have you heard of OOLA? You need to check this out. So number one, I could say, yes, I've heard of it. I heard them on a podcast and I like the concept, but I told my friend no a couple of months ago, who asked me to take a look at it. But I will listen. Tell me what you got. So I literally had 7 minutes to get from my house to my hairdresser, and that's exactly when she called. Okay, so I got her in my ear. I'm like, you got 7 minutes. Tell me what you want to tell me, right? And then I got to go. So she's like, okay, if you're coaching, this is an amazing tool to help take your service to your clients to the next level. And so as she started talking, I really started getting intrigued. And now I wasn't just thinking about what I needed. I was thinking about what could help my clients get the results that they really want. So by the time I got to the hairdresser, I was like, okay, I'm really intrigued. Send me the video. So I'm sitting in the chair waiting for her, watching the video, going, okay, I love this. Got home, asked her some more questions, and decided I was going to jump in as a member, because I'm not going to share something that I don't believe in, right? I'm sure you guys all feel the same thing. You're doing a business because you believe in whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you share. So I jumped in on a Friday night, and I went through the first portion of it, which I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a minute. By the next morning, I called my friend and said, okay, how do I share this? Because I saw the value that quickly as to not only what was this going to do for me, because already now I was having aha moments, and I was like, oh, maybe I do need this. Maybe this will help me. But I really saw how this could help me serve my clients in a different way. So that's what I want to share a little bit with you. So kind of put that hat on of not just thinking about you, but thinking about the people that you serve. And I am going to share my screen. So give me just a second to get this called up here. And then we're going to play this baby. Can you guys see my screen? Give me a second though. No, from the beginning. There we go. Yes, can you give me a thumbs up, somebody, when this pops up here? Can you see, imagine living life differently. Okay, so when I heard each one of you guys talk, you all talked about helping somebody have a transformation, whether it was in their business, whether it was in their health, whether it was in their where they're living, right? Every single one of you is talking about that your goal is to help others live differently. And here's the deal. People come to us, or there are people all around us all the time that are living by default because that's what everyone in the world is doing, right? And so they come to people who are coaches, who have some kind of a service, who have some kind of a product, because we can help them to live differently, right? Like we can help them with that change. So what if when clients came to you, you could help lay a foundation of really them knowing where they are, where they want to be, and why that's important and how it will affect other areas of their life. Would that be helpful for you as a coach or an entrepreneur or somebody who's working with people? Give me a yes with a raised hand or a heart or something like that if you're on live. You know, just kind of go, if you have a conversation with somebody who doesn't know, right, what they want. So Jill mentioned weight loss, right? So if somebody comes on and they have no idea what their goal is, your first step is always going to be to go back and figure out, okay, what's the goal, right? Or if somebody's looking for a new business, like Teresa was talking about, you kind of want to know, hey, what's your past been? What are you looking to do, right? So you have some kind of a starting off point. So that's how I really see this, as a way to lay that foundation so that we can better serve our clients. Because when we know their need, we know their pain points, or we know their why, now we can build on top of that with our coaching, with our products or our services, right? So, okay, we live in a very unbalanced world. So the people who are coming to us have a lot of issues. And here are some of the statistics that are really interesting. The first one is fitness. 42% of Americans are obese. And we all know that obesity is at the baseline of so many different health issues. So that's definitely something that, you know, people need to be looking out for. And a lot of people are eating it, you know, because through drive-thrus. So that's not helping the situation. The second one, finance. They say that most Americans do not have $1,000 in the bank, cash they can go grab if something were to happen to, say, for example, their car broke down, or, you know, an appliance broke in their home. They would have to go into debt to take care of things like that, right? So we don't have emergency funds. We're just, so many people are living paycheck to paycheck. The next one should come up here in a second. You might see two here if I push the button. There we go. Okay. The next one is family, right? Families are breaking up. 53% of families are going through issues that cause a breakup, right? That end in divorce. And of course, that adds a lot of stress. Field, like this one is so interesting. And Teresa, I think you'll be really intrigued by this one. 70% of people are going to a job every day that they don't love, right? And imagine now how that makes you feel. First, how does that affect your productivity at work? How does that affect your relationships at home, right? How do you feel? How do people feel on Sunday when they're anticipating going back into another work week? There's a lot of stress that comes around not loving what you do because you're giving a lot of time for it. Faith is being removed. We all know that. We're seeing that all around us. Friends, this is interesting. 7 out of 10 people have at least one toxic relationship in their life. Yeah, right? And they may even have multiple, right? But that is a high number, that there are people that are directly in their life who are pulling them down. And then fun. Yeah, where is fun, right? We are the most overworked society. So who has time? And when you're overweight, you don't have any money, your family is experiencing issues, you don't love what you do, you're not sure what your faith is founded on, and you have toxic relationships, it's no wonder that we're not having fun. So just before I go on, I'm curious if anyone either wants to put down in the chat, or if you want to unmute real fast, are any of these things that you see the people you're serving having issues with, or things that could affect their success with what it is that you help them with? Again, feel free to put it in the chat. I can't see the chat when I'm screen sharing, so or unmute and say it, or just, you know, think about, like, how many of these am I seeing, and how many of these are issues that they are having? Now, you may not directly be working on, for example, the finance one, right? But I guarantee if someone's coming to you and they don't have an emergency savings, they're probably not going to be able to pay for your product or your service, right? Or if they've got these toxic relationships, they're not going to be able to focus on working on personal growth, building a business, right? If they're so used to going through drive-thrus, it's going to be really hard for them to, you know, work on those weight goals. So all of these things actually play together into some of the things that we are helping people with. So here's what I love about OOLA, is that OOLA is this lifestyle framework. It's a lifestyle, right? This is not just a quick fix. This is not, we'll talk about this in a little bit. This is not just like a quick webinar that you hop on and then it's done. Like, this is a lifestyle framework so that we are living a life by design, not by default. And we start paying attention to those 7 areas. So let me just say those 7 areas again. They were faith, family, friends, your field of work, fitness, which is anything health related, mental, physical, finances, and fun. And when you think about it, every single one of us needs to pay attention to every single one of those areas. And so do the people that we serve. And when things are out of balance, guess what? We are out of balance. And it's really hard to focus on the goals that we have, no matter what they are. So by having a tool that helps you take a look at those areas, you can better then get those things in a healthy place and start working towards them. So then you can start working towards your goals. And so what I love about this, I'm going to share a quick video here so you can see a little bit more, but when you get started, you go through this Design Your Life Blueprint. Essentially, it's an assessment that has questions in each of the 7 areas to help you see where you are. And you get this picture of a wheel so you can see how you roll, right? Some areas are going to be rocking. You're going to be like, yes, that one's really high. I know that one's really good. I've been putting a lot of focus on. Some are going to be really low. And we really look at how does the low ones affect the high ones, right? How do the high ones affect the low ones? And what if we were to put some more intention into some of these areas, and how would those help other areas? So let me go ahead and play this video for you so you can see a little bit more.
Do you often find yourself feeling stressed, overwhelmed, out of balance, or searching for more purpose? You're not alone. Today, more than ever, people spend the majority of their lives driving to a job they hate, grabbing unhealthy food through a window on their way home, only to arrive back home to a situation they can't stand and spend their downtime staring at a stack of bills they can't pay. It doesn't have to be this way. Imagine having the energy to live your life to the fullest, doing the work you love, feeling financially secure, experiencing deep, meaningful connections with family and friends, confidently pursuing your purpose, making time for self-care, and finding joy in each new day. That is the OOLA mindset. Welcome to a better way, a better you. We exist to improve the world for all by helping individuals create a life of balance, growth, and purpose. How exactly does OOLA work? We like to call it a year of transformation. It's a proven step-by-step digital framework for personal development that is completely unique to you and personalized to your goals. OOLA was developed by world-renowned work-life balance experts and international best-selling authors, Dr. Dave Braun and Dr. Troy Omdahl, as a simple yet highly effective resource that's applicable to anyone with the desire to vastly improve their lives. OOLA's digital platform is self-paced, easy to adopt, and delivers tangible results. But don't take our word for it. We've already helped over 1 million people change their lives for the better, and OOLA can do the same for you.
Hi, I'm Kelly from Carlsbad, California. In using the OOLA framework, my husband and I paid off over $300,000 in student loan debt.
My name is Kristen Warnicka, and I live in beautiful Bend, Oregon. I've loved and lived OOLA for years, from healing an autoimmune challenge, leaving an unhealthy toxic marriage, and repairing my life after divorce.
Hey there, Sean here from Forest Hill, California. With the OOLA framework, I lost 45 pounds, reconnected, and strengthened my faith.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Perth, Western Australia. Thanks to OOLA and the Green Gap Principles, I paid off $52,000 in 52 weeks.
It all begins with phase 1, Design My Life Blueprint. This is where you'll identify key stress points in your life and create a path toward eliminating them. Once you've completed phase 1, you'll have a deeper understanding of the imbalances in your life, along with a plan on how to fix them. Thus, the blueprint is making positive changes. Phase 2 is called My Breakthrough Experience, and it is exactly that. Customized content to help you break through what's been holding you back. Bad habits, self-doubt, and all other limiting beliefs that don't belong in your mind. When you're done with phase 2, you'll have the confidence and self-belief that you can take on anything life brings your way. The final phase is called My Personalized Path. At this point, you've broken through your personal roadblocks, gained a better understanding of your own goals, and developed more self-confidence to reach your dreams. Each month, you'll unlock personalized content to help keep you focused and moving forward on the path toward the life you deserve. Simply put, OOLA's innovative e-learning platform is built for results, but there's so much more to it. The OOLA community is over 1 million strong, And not only do they become friends, but also accountability partners who support you on your journey to a better life. Included in your program are highly supportive inner circles and quarterly summits, along with direct access to the OOLA guys twice a month in their renowned master circle. Additionally, you can download OOLA's companion app, which becomes your virtual life coach, encouraging and helping you stay focused. A simple click marks another step toward achieving your personal goals. Countless success stories of real people around the world confirm that the simple, practical, and transformational OOLA lifestyle framework can help anyone achieve what they truly want. To get healthy, eliminate debt, build wealth, move into their dream career, have more fun, create a better circle of friends, resolve family conflict, find their life's ultimate purpose, and so much more. Are you ready to live OOLA? Join the global movement of over 1 million people in 43 countries who've designed their lives for the better. Your best self is waiting. Get started at oolalife.com today.
So what I love about that, one of the things you might have heard in there is once you go through that blueprint where you go in and you answer the assessment questions, it personalizes the information that you get in the modules that you get, right? Most programs, if you buy a book, everybody reads the same things, right? You go to a workshop, everybody gets the same thing. So I love that this is built around what you need versus a one size fits all. And so that is really helpful to keep people engaged. So it's not just what you're doing, it's also how you're thinking, right? And how you're being, that we're putting all those things together. So here are some of the things you might have heard in the video that OOLA can help you or your clients with. Number one, getting control of your finances, right? So that way they can make the choices they need to, have less stress with their finances, pay, for coaching or a product or something that's going to help improve their life. It can also help them live a life of health and vitality, right? So those of you who are health coaches and helping people with that, here's a way to help the people you're working with be intentional and tracking the steps they're taking in between the times that they're connecting with you. So it's not just, when you happen to be in a coaching type session with them. Building deeper relationships, which we all know right now, we need connection, and we need to have meaningful people in our lives with meaningful conversations, because that's what makes us feel connected and valued. Tapping into our personal passions, right? Those of you who are working with people on what are your goals? What do you want to do for work when you think about this next phase of your life? What if it was around the things that really mattered most to them and those passions, instead of just going to a job every day, working for somebody else or doing something that they don't absolutely love? I'm probably gonna get two here because I had to hit it twice. There we go. Finding time for self-care. Anybody ever said or heard their clients say, I don't have time for taking care of me, right? No time, no money, no energy. Those are the three things that we often hear. So making sure that we are able to make the time for that, because it's a priority. Breaking through limiting beliefs and past drama. Like, that's huge. Things that have been in our past that may be holding us back. We call those blockers. And so we help to do that. And we introduce the concept of accelerators, which can help us move beyond that into this life of our dreams and this life that we're wanting to design. And when people truly live their purpose, this is the one that's probably closest to my heart. They are passionate about what they're doing. They're better in their job or their business. They're better in their families as, a mom, as a wife, as a sister, aunt, and whatever those roles are. They are better in their communities because they have things to give, because they're being filled up and they're taking care of themselves. So here's the next thing that I love. Not only is it personalized content, right? Because you can find all kinds of online programs to take, but it's just you and your computer, right? Or just you and your phone with this app. But what I love is that we have built-in community, because we believe that that is really the key. We need to make sure that we are in an environment that is conducive to the growth of our goals, right? And the growth of who we are as a person. And so some of these things you probably heard in the video. We have inner circles, which are small groups. Most of them meet on Zoom, unless you've got a group of people that are right in your zip code that you want to meet with at a coffee shop. But we're talking about, hey, what are you working on? How's that going for you? What's been a win? What's a challenge? What do you need support on? Like, let's brainstorm some ideas. The master circles are those ones that you heard about with the OOLA guys, because they've got so much expertise in really helping us to work on these 7 different areas. You can access those online. We also then have some events that are in-person type events. Summits happen quarterly, and Design Your Life regional events are great ways to actually be face-to-face, right? Handshake to handshake with other people who are working on themselves. And when you know that 92% of people are not going to reach their goals. I don't know about you, but I want to be with the 8%ers because that's going to inspire me to keep going and to be a part of that. We have our very first convention that's coming up in a couple of months. So again, if you like being connected with people, we're going to be in San Antonio, Texas, which is a really fun place to be, and really just celebrating the transformation that's happening in people's lives. And then this picture was actually taken at OOLA Palooza, and my head is right here, right above his elbow. Our team was front and center. You guys, here's what this was. 2 days in Nashville, blinders on to everything else in life, and we just worked on ourselves. We reviewed 2021, right, and where we were and what happened, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And then we set our intentions and our goals for the new year. And I came home from that like so excited about what 2022 was going to be like, because I was designing, right, what I felt like God was putting in my heart that was supposed to happen. So such a fun event. So here's what it's all about. It's the opportunity really to live better, right? Who doesn't want to live better? Everybody does, including the people that we're serving. And so we help people to design their life, right? Most people are living by default. So I like to ask this question about like, where will you be in 5 years? You know, if you think, stop and think about like in 5 years, how old will you be? And Jill and I were just having this conversation before everyone got on. How old will your parents be? Because a lot of us are at this stage of life where our parents are aging. Dana and I had this conversation today too, right? We want to be present because they're going to have a lot more needs in the next 5 years. How old are your kids going to be if you have kids? Maybe even grandkids, right? What kind of a grandma or mom do you want to be? And are you designing a life that's going to allow you to do that, right? And that takes intention. It doesn't just happen. Then we do that breakthrough, like we talked about, right? We're breaking through those blockers, those things that are oftentimes holding us back. We don't want those holding us back, and discover what our purpose is. And if you're an entrepreneur, most likely your purpose has something to do with what it is that you're doing, right? Because this is what you're passionate about and what you feel compelled to teach other people. So here's what I love is that there also is not only an opportunity to live a better life, but there's also this opportunity to earn extra income, right? So as a womanpreneur, gotta get used to my new word here, it's really smart to have multiple streams of income, right? But only if they're going to work together, right? Because I don't want to be off here doing this one business and then off over here doing this business. I want to make sure my businesses really come together. And that's what I love about OOLA is it fits into any business, whether it's coaching, product-based or service-based, because it's helping you to take yourself to a higher level. It's helping you take your clients to a higher level, right? And laying that foundation for them. So there are several ways that you can earn when you're doing something like this. The first one is right now money. So as we bring people into the lifestyle framework, then we get that right now money, which is super, super helpful. I have to call that dinner and a date money, right? What are the things that you'd want to do with, you know, a couple $100s a month? Then we've got passive income. Anyone else a fan of passive income, right? We help introduce people to the tool. They continue using it. Guess what? Every month we're getting paid for having introduced them the first time that we did, right? And we're supporting them along the way, but that's building passive income that's working alongside your business. And then if you so choose to teach other people how to do the same thing and duplicate, we've got leadership pay that's super, super generous. So a lot of opportunities, whether you just want this to be a tool in your toolkit, just to, you know, share with your clients, or whether you're thinking right now of other coaches, you know, other network marketers, other entrepreneurs that you're thinking, wow, like they might like this too. They might want to share this with other people as well. There's lots of opportunities as to what that could look like. So the opportunity I love is that you can do this from anywhere, right? And we do three things. We live OOLA, right? Which all of us on this call, I'm guessing, are working on ourselves. We want more balance. We want to be growing, and we want to be living out our purpose. So we're already living this, right? And we start talking about it. We share it, right? We share it on social. We share it in conversations. We're sharing about the things we're working on, the wins we're having, maybe even the struggles we're having, right? We're sharing our journey. And then if you so choose, we teach other people how to do that same thing too. So it's really just something that already fits into what it is that you're already doing. We also through OOLA have additional courses. So if somebody wants to dive in, one of my favorite ones, my husband and I are going through right now, is on this next slide. Oops, hold on, we skipped over it. Let's see if I can go back there just a second. Oops, okay, there we go. The green gap. And this is really teaching people how to reduce debt, how to increase their investments, and at the same time budget in fun, right? It's like the health stuff that Jill does, right? If you are never allowed to have any fun with your food ever, you're eventually going to rebel against that, right? And then you're probably just going to go big and kind of undo the results that you have. The same thing happens in our finances. And we will have more courses that are adding over time as well to help people. So here's what I love about this. It's customized. Unlike, you know, a lot of times people will go to a conference or they will attend a seminar or read a book. It's something that's not, you know, personalized, but it's also ongoing. So it's not just a one-time thing, and you have that daily engagement with your goals every single day, which is not something that you get from a lot of other places. And it's not a high cost. You can see right here, it's $47 a month. I did the math on that. It's like $1.50 a day. Anybody buy coffee in their day? Somebody was telling me the other day she buys 2 coffees a day. So when we added up how much money she spent on coffee in the month, it was well over what she would be spending on this, and that this is going to give her a much better return, right, on investment. So what I love is that when people get started, they can either just get started with the month to month. It's $77 to get set up, where you go through the blueprint, you go through the assessments, you go through the goal setting, and it customizes your courses as well as your dashboard. Or you can do the annual subscription where you actually get a month for free. So if you like to save and you like to get things out of the way, that's a great option to do that as well. And so if you were to share this with clients or other people, they have those 2 options as well. And then OOLA then through our e-wallet then pays us the commissions and the percentages based on the sharing that we've done. So what I love is that OOLA has a mission to change the world. Our goal right now is to change 1 billion people's lives. So we've already hit 1 million, and that was really great. But the reason that we put it into this model was so that people could help people could help people. That's how we're going to reach 1 billion people in 7 years. So I think that it's a really, you know, fun opportunity. So let me stop this share. And I want to just tell you how I am incorporating this as a coach and how I'm using it. And then we can open this up for ideas that you guys may have as to how this specifically could fit in with the people that you're serving. So I use this in 2 different ways. So one, I use it with my clients. And what I do is I have them go through this framework first, so that when we sit down for their initial coaching call, they've already thought through these things. They've already looked at where they are. And that really gives us a good picture of where their life is and where the imbalances are, and how this maybe the specific thing that we're going to work on is going to impact these other areas of their life, right? And so it helps them to get that process going and give them some very tangible ways to think about areas of their life that maybe they haven't thought about. A lot of people haven't thought about setting goals for their family, right? We always think about the fitness goals, right? Weight goals, things like that, the finance goals, those are easy ones to set. But when was the last time you set a goal for your faith or for fun, right? Like fun doesn't happen unless you are intentional about it happening. And yet all of these things help someone's life be balanced so that they can, you know, have that transformation happen. So I use it with my clients in that way as that foundation. I also use it with people that I'm connecting with who aren't ready for coaching. You know, so you may run into this as well. You've connected with somebody and they are looking for transformation, but they're not ready to invest the time and the money to work directly with you or to buy your product or to do your program. So the nice thing is this can be a tool for them to at least get started on really thinking about what they want. And it's going to identify their needs, right? They're going to look at this and see, wow, maybe I really need what she has. I wonder how she could help me. So it can help them to get started. It also keeps them kind of in your sphere of influence, right? So they're still getting to connect with you in a more hands-off way. But then when they're ready, they can jump into working with you. And that's one thing that OOLA is really big on, is encouraging people, hey, if this is an area you want to work on more, go seek out a mentor, go seek out a coach, go seek out a program. Don't just try and DIY this, because you're only going to get so far on your own, right? So when you have somebody else that can help show you the way, it's going to help your results be a whole lot faster. So that's how I'm using it, either with current clients or people who potentially will be clients down the road. And then it's also a tool I can share with people like you, right? People who are building their own businesses, and this will help them and help them serve their clients as well. So lots of options, right? And I'm a big girl with like, let's throw out ideas. So let's just kind of open this up for those of you who are on here live. What did you hear that you like best? And what is maybe one connection or one way that you see that this could fit into the way that you serve people? I know I'm asking on the cuff, so no right or wrong answers, but I want to hear what you think.
I'm thinking it would work really well for people that are, you know, in different states as you, or, you know, like I moved from Illinois, so I have a ton of connections in Illinois. So I could potentially work with people that I know from back there.
Fantastic. I love that. Right. Because with real estate, you're probably more bound by your location. So this would allow you to build some of your business that's in other places outside your zip code. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, we can share OOLA with anybody on the globe. So Kaza, you're a traveler, right? So it doesn't matter where somebody lives, they can be a member anywhere in the world. So that's really fun too, that it really can expand our borders beyond what we thought possible.
I have questions on exactly how it works. So basically it customizes your, like what you need to improve on, and it gives you like daily tasks every day, or?
So you get that wheel, you saw that picture of the wheel, right? So after you go through your assessment, you get a picture of what things look like. And then the next phase has you go through setting goals for each area. So there are 7 areas. You set 3 goals for each area. So you've got 21 goals, but 21 is a lot and can be very overwhelming. So the next step is to narrow it down to your top 7. Like what 7 are the biggest ones that you want to focus on? And then we get even smaller and we say, what's your OOLA 1? What's that one thing that if you accomplish this year, if you work towards this year, it would make the biggest difference in your life, right? And so then what happens is, I can show you on my phone, is that as you log in each day, we're not going to tell you what to do, right? We're going to help direct you towards what it is that you want to do. So when I log in, this is what it looks like on my phone. Every day I can, hold on, I gotta make it up. There we go. So here are my top 7, right? Less than 3% of people actually write their goals down. So if you do this, you are in the top 3%. Less than 1% of people actually review their goals daily. So if you look at this every day when you log in, guess what? You're in the 1% of people who are actually thinking about their goals. So I look over my 7 goals and then I decide, oh, I'm not wanting that, there we go. I decide what my main action steps are going to be. And I click on daily actions. The goal is to pick at least 3 actions towards that life that you are designing, right? You're not going to do everything every day. So at least 3, you can do more if you want. And then as you do them, you track them. So you can see a 1 there, right? So that goal that I did, I tracked. As I do them, I hit that. And once I get to 3, that whole circle will be full. And then it keeps track up here. I've taken 360 steps towards a life of design, right? That's amazing. My life does not look the same from when I started. Let me tell you that, right? If somebody takes 3 steps a day for 365 days, that's over 1,000 steps, right? Like you will not be the same person if you are having that kind of intention. And that keeps track of your streaks. I keep breaking my streaks because I forget to go on at night and like track the last one. And then I'll wake up in the morning and be back to 0. And I'm like, so it kind of gamifies it, right? For you to do that. So you go in and decide what your daily action steps are based on what your goals are, right? And then the customized content that's in these little modules, it unlocks 1 a week for the first 12 weeks. So you're learning, it's a lot of personal growth, mindset, commitment, how to be accountable, things like that that are going to help keep you on the path and help you to think differently, because we are the consequences of our thoughts up until now, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. So we need to start thinking differently if we want to have different results. So that part is customized to what you put in. So if you don't have debt, guess what? It's not going to give you a module on debt. But if I have debt, I'm going to get a module on debt, right? And then after the first 12 weeks, then you get 1 a month, which keeps you engaged in that process, right? And so now, so you're going in and with action steps, but then these modules are customized to the way you answer the questions. Is that helpful?
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
And what's
Thank
great
you.
is, you guys, people have this with them all the time. So here's my tip. I set a reminder in the morning to go on and set my big 3. And then I set a reminder for about 7:15 at night when I'm cleaning the kitchen to go back in and make sure I've tracked everything and completed it. If I haven't done it yet, great. I still have a couple hours. I can do it real quick now, right? And then I can plan what I want to do for the next day. So that way I'm waking up with intention about what things are going to make a difference in my life that day. And the nice thing, because Kaza, you help people who are traveling, guess what? This goes with you everywhere you go, right? Way easier than, monkey book or even computer or things like that too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else have any thoughts, ideas, questions? Jill's deep in thought. Anything wants to come out or no? It's fine. You don't have to. I like to pick victims.
Okay, sorry. Keep forgetting that you're on my phone and not on my computer. So I'm tapping my computer.
Right.
Yeah, I think once people see, anyway, in my experience, once people see progress in one area of their life, it tends to flow into other areas of their life. And once they gain success, right, like that, it tends to flow over. So one of the things that that could be cool about clients having a tool like this while they're going through a transformation is that they are feeling positive and successful in one area of their life. They might be more willing to set goals that will impact other areas of their life. So that's what I've seen.
I love that. And you're right. It's like how you do one thing is how you do everything. And when you start seeing success in one thing, it totally starts bringing that into other areas. And it's a process that you're learning that you can apply to any goal, right? Which is what's so cool about the process. As I complete a goal, it goes off my top 7 and I move something else into that spot. So I don't know about you guys, but I have a growth mindset, which means I will never be done growing. Regardless of what I've accomplished, I will always keep saying, what's the next level? What's the next thing that God's calling me to do? What's the next way that I can increase my service and give more and do more and be healthier and things like that. So yeah, it is. It's this process that you learn that you can do with anything of your life. So I love that you saw that. So good. Well, I'm so glad that you guys were here. I trust this is giving you some ideas and thinking about it, not just from your own perspective. I will tell you from my personal experience, I've grown a ton. And I didn't really think I had a whole lot of areas that I needed to work on. And then I did my wheel, and guess which one was the lowest for me? It was fun. Fun was not happening at all. But I started learning when I have fun, how that affects like my family relationships, how that affects my friend relationships, how that inspires me for my business, and so then I started setting goals. For example, my husband and I are going away this weekend. One of my goals is that once a quarter, we're going away for a weekend. And we're just being intentional because guess what? We have not been away together for over a year. And do you know why? Because we didn't set a goal and we didn't have intention, right? So if we want to do something, we have to set a goal. We have to put a timeline on it, and we have to be accountable to it, or life is going to suck up the time, right? It's not going to happen. So it's helped me to, exponentially grow my income, which has been fantastic. It's helped me to take my service to my clients to a higher level than I've ever been able to before. And to really give people that inspiration and hope that, yes, you can design a life that you want. It's never too late. And you just need the right support, and you just need the right system that can help you do that. So would love to follow up and connect with anyone who's either on live or who's watching the replay on this. And here we can talk more specifically about how this can fit into the business that you're building. And if you are right now too, are like me, I always think of other people that I know would really benefit from this. So if you're thinking of another womanpreneur, whether she's a coach, a network marketer, a service provider, whatever she does, like, let's connect. Like, we can send her this replay. You can connect her with me. I would love to reach out, have a conversation about how this can help her. And the first step really is this, you guys, is to start as a member. So Kristen and Dana and Jill are already members, right? So your next step would be to upgrade to ambassador. Well, Kristen just upgraded to ambassador, so she's already done that next step. But that first step, I always say, get in and use it first and see what it's about, right? And then we can have that conversation about sharing this with clients and people that you're serving and connecting with. So yeah, any other questions before we go? I want to make sure that I answer everything.
I do. I have one more question. Just wonder if this is something like, say you had certain tasks or programs that you wanted a client to do, can you kind of personalize it where you can add that in there and then you can see their progress, or is it not connected where you can see what they're up to?
Their progress, other than the fact that we do have a way in our back office to see if they've completed their blueprint, and to see if they've started taking their steps, and to see if they've started their breakthrough experience and when they've completed it. So we call those their badges. But what I do as a coach is exactly that. So if I'm working with somebody and this is a specific habit or action that they're committing to taking from now until the next time that I connect with them, I'm going to say, make that one of your 3, right? And so put that in each day. And so this is just a tool to help support what you're working on with somebody, and they can then put it in there.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean by the badges and stuff. I do Duolingo. So if I'm about to lose my streak, I get a reminder, and it's like, what are you doing? You got like 20 minutes until you complete your Spanish lesson. Don't lose your streak.
Like this game on, right? I don't want to lose my streak. And I think somebody I heard has like a streak of like, I can't remember. like 200 and some days. I mean, it was like crazy how many days in a row, and he's not missed a day of doing his 3. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
One of my friends has almost a year. It'll be a year in like next week.
Right? Yeah, that's awesome. And when you have a way to measure that and see that, and then you get these badges so I just hit my 350 step badge, right? Like, oh gosh, that feels so good. But what feels better is the results that I'm seeing because I'm consistently taking action on these different areas and what I want. So yeah, love it. Love it, love it. All right, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate that. I'll get the replay out so you can watch it or listen to this again. Let's connect, especially if you are watching the replay. Let's for sure connect about your ideas and how this can fit in. And we'll join you, welcome you to the community. Excited. All right, thanks you guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.